you have also put your movie out into the world at an interesting time, and people are having to kind of take positions and respond to how they feel about the points that you make. And obviously, we're just a few months away from a presidential election, and all kinds of other conversations are happening about the issues, or maybe not enough are happening about the issues that you raise. What have been some of the highlights for you of seeing your movie making an impact in the real world? I think you've just been doing some traveling to the East Coast.
Well, yeah, we yesterday screened the movie for Congress, which was pretty exciting. We really did, yeah. And it was insane. It was like we got to take the little mini train that takes you from that you've all heard about, and it was very funny too, because like we had Senator Sherrod Brown, we had Senator Reid from Rhode Island, who are kind of on the record progressives when it comes to banking, but then Senator Isaacson and Wicker, who are very hardcore right-wingers, were like, "Yep, we're with this too." And we always looked at this movie as not about right-wing, left-wing, that we looked at it as everyone lost their homes, everyone lost their savings. This should not be a right-wing, left-wing issue. And so it was really cool. So we went there and we screened it, and the 4 senators all introduced it, and then I came up. The guy who did Step Brothers came up and gave very serious remarks, and it was really cool. I stayed for like a half an hour, and they were totally into it, and I got calls this morning from other senators and congressmen who were there. And then what we've seen in the press is like economists, financial journalists, regular people. Bernie Sanders actually mentioned the movie. But then Bill O'Reilly loved the movie, which was, you don't have to applaud for that, that's all right. Greta Van Susteren loved the movie, and like Tom Hartman loved the movie, and like, so it's clearly an issue. If you look at banking, it's just, you have to have a regulatory arm to keep it in line. One of the most often misquoted lines ever is the invisible hand of the free market. You heard from the Adam Smith book. And what no one realizes is the chapter before that is all spent explaining how you need regulations to let the invisible hand of the market come free. And you'll always hear people say, oh, the invisible hand of the market. It's like, read the chapter before. And it's what you quickly realize is that we had 40 years of explosive growth from the 1940s all the way into the 80s, where we had a great regulatory system. It was completely working. And then banking got very smart. They started paying our politicians a lot of money for their campaigns, and they bought our government. And the end message I always say with this movie is that, like, don't ever vote for anyone, Democrat or Republican, that takes money from banks, oil companies, or weirdo billionaires. Like, and it will stop quickly. You will see Congress be ashamed of that and say, I will not take money from that. And you will see it all turn so quickly. So call your representatives, call your senators, and say, why the fuck are you taking money from these corporations